A massive thank you to Ivica, Elvis56, the Sam Slider, Freak and Sazomba for subscribing to the channel. If you want to be featured in these clips, make sure you subscribe down below. Hello everyone and welcome back guys to a brand new video where today we're here back with round 13 of Season 2 of our F1 2021 My Team Career Mode. Yesterday we head to the Russian Grand Prix. Of course, if you missed out on the last video from Italy that went live yesterday, definitely recommend going back and checking it out. Of course, I might have got the tracks muddled up. I seem to do this every single year on F1. I get Singapore and Russia the wrong way around. I don't really know why. But yeah, we're back today though at the Sochi Autodrome for this weekend's Grand Prix. In terms of things going on behind the scenes, I think we can probably try and get another facility upgrade on the table as well with a bit of luck. I say that with confidence, but it might not be a reality. It seems like all the facilities are costing a huge amount of money. And nowadays here on F1 2021. Resource generation, no, can't even do that. We can go with the build time on the durability department though, so we will go with that for 3.5 million. That should be ready just in time for the Russian Grand Prix. So let's head towards the weekend there, see if we get all the upgrades on that we need for the team there. We haven't got many upgrades in the works at the moment. We're waiting to see about next season if we're going to get any more changes.
Our new parts have completed without issue. They'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
So we should get a rough idea within the next couple of weekends of whether we're going to get some rule changes even, I should say, for next year. In terms of performance, though, it seems like Alpine and AlphaTauri have brought some upgrades this weekend. They both have re-jumped Williams. Red Bull and Ferrari brought a tiny upgrade there as McLaren have made good progress. And Mercedes still clear out in front as well. Let's dive in to the Russian Grand Prix. Right, so heading then into free practice for the Russian Grand Prix.
Watch your MFD for the activation point.
Yeah, might have to take some grid penalties this weekend. I forgot just how worn out the engine was last time. You can see there the ICE and the MG UK so high worn at this stage of the game. Really don't want to have another retirement late on in this season, so we'll probably have to look at getting those sorted ready for qualifying. But yeah, we might have to start from the back though of the grid already for this one. We'll wait and see about that. But yeah, Sochi though. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Don't actually mind this track on the F1 games. Provides much better racing than real life. But yeah, maybe starting from the back might make things a bit more difficult here. Right, in the final couple of corners though to finish off our first practice program. It was looking so good until the final sector. But 515 points, we just miss out on purple. Really, of course, now into the flyaway season. Seems mad the flyaway season is the final third of the championship here on F1 2021. Hopefully, obviously, when we get all the new tracks in, things will be a little bit more normal. But, of course, yeah, we're going to start seeing all the announcements for retirements and everything like that in the near future. And like I said as well, maybe some rule changes for Season 3. We're really banking on some at the moment, I'll be honest. Trying to save a few R&D points here and there. Don't want to be completely skint when the rule changes do come into effect. And yeah, we definitely want to try and make some forward momentum. However, if we don't get any rule changes, we're just going to be a little bit slower for a few weekends late on this year. That done and dusted though, the race simulation run about a second up, so fingers crossed this should be quite easy. Our teammate Robert Schwartzman just in front of us as well at the moment. Of course, it is his home Grand Prix this weekend, so I'm sure he'll be looking to try and put on a good performance for the crowd.
Super job so far, we're getting great data. Stay focused.
One more lap to go though of this programme. Still questions about Schwartzman's future in Formula 1. We need him to start delivering, especially after the mistake at Monza last time out when he was right on the cusp of points. We can't see much more of that this year. Round in the final couple of corners, though, of the race simulation programme. It's going to be the full 200 R&D. Let's dive into qualifying. Actually, I say let's dive into qualifying. Just looking at it, we're going to have to go with a new ICE, which is certainly going to be a grid penalty. We don't really... Do we need... Oh, yeah, we need a new MG UK as well. That one shouldn't be a penalty, however. MGUH... to be honest, I'm tempted just about a whole fresh engine in the car because so many of them are pretty worn out at this stage of the year. We're probably going to be starting from the back. I think, yeah, we've just got to jump into the race here in Russia. The energy store's all right. We'll keep that in the car. The turbo, though, again, pretty worn out. And then last but certainly not least, the control electronics as well. That one seems to just wear out massively quickly on F1 2021. Yeah, I think we're just going to have to dive into the race.
Welcome along then to Sochi and the Russian Grand Prix, one of 8 cities in the world to play host to both the Olympics and a Formula One race. It's a Grand Prix that's proven difficult to crack for anyone beyond the first 2 rows of the grid in recent years, so let's see if that can change today. Built on the shores of the Black Sea, the Sochi Autodrome is a 3.6-mile tour around some of the venues built for the 2014 Winter Olympic Games. Close barriers may make overtakes more challenging, but with 56% of the lap taken absolutely flat out, we certainly won't be wanting for pure speed. A fitting arena then to do battle at the pinnacle of motorsport. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and P2 goes to Daniel Ricciardo, a strong showing from the Australian. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Leclerc, Verstappen, Carlos Sainz and Russell, Tsunoda, Norris, Stroll and Sergio Perez, Gasly, Fernando Alonso, and Guan Yu Zhou and Bottas, Giovinazzi, Ocon, Nicholas Latifi and Christian Lundgaard, Mazepin, Mick Schumacher, Mr. Monaco and Robert Schwartzman. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
Right, well here we are then, on the grid, ready for the Russian Grand Prix, round 13 of the year here, and it almost feels like Season 1. We got both cars right at the back of the field here as more grid penalties have set us way back down the order, but hopefully with a fresh power unit in the back of the car, we should be able to do something quite magical here in this Russian Grand Prix. Maybe Schwartzman and I can work together to try and move our way up the order then. But ready here for the start of the Russian Grand Prix, round 13 of Season 2, and fingers crossed we can try and get a nice good start in towards turn 1. A very long run, 5 red lights, and it is lights out, and away we go, and again we've got another great start here on F1 2021 as we head down in towards the first corner here, up 2 spots straight away as both of us have moved past the Haas cars off the start. Latifi trying to go a bit defensive in towards turn 2 as Schwartzman. Holy dive bomb, if he's pulled that off yet, Schwartzman, he's done it. 8 cars made up in the first corner there. I do not have that sort of bravery here on F1 2021. So a mega start from our teammate there. We've ended up getting jumped by Mazepin again, as that's a bit sketchy. We will somehow split it between Mazepin. We actually get a warning there for a collision with him. I'm not going to lose too much sleep over that. Oh no, Mazepin's trying to return the favour as we head out of Sector 1 there. But yeah, what a start from our teammate Robert Schwartzman in this Grand Prix. We said he needed a big result this weekend, and well, if that starts anything to go by, he is going to be fast around this circuit. So we're all over the back of Bottas and Christian Lundgaard there, so up 3 and 2 spots respectively for the 2 and 2 Motorsport cars. Let's try and head out onto the back straight for the first time. Hopefully, yeah, with this new fresh power unit, we'll be able to make some good gains on all of the guys in front of us here. Up towards the back of Christian Lundgaard, down the inside, perhaps in through Sector 3, our former teammate. And we will pull the move off there. Lundgaard trying to hold the nose, but we will get right around the outside. Yeah, up a few spots off the start here. Yeah, love to see it. Right, well, I've just noticed then, as we head on to lap 2, only some of the parts have changed, for whatever reason. The ICE is at 72% still, but we've got the MGUK control, well, not the control electronics, they're the turbo, the gearbox, and the MGUH, all at 0%. So why have only some of the changes gone on? Have I been stupid and not actually done everything? Or am I missing something here? I even went into FP2 to try and make sure the upgrades have gone on the car. Hamilton trying to pull away up front there as he's got Ricciardo and Lando Norris, who were trying to apply the pressure in their McLarens. Of course, still that titanic constructors battle going on.
This lap, you can use it when within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Actually, looks like McLaren have lost a fair bit off the start there as we try and get a run on Valtteri Bottas down this front straight away in towards turn 1. Williams going to go defensive, but we've got some slightly fresher, quicker rubber. We will make the move work. Well, actually, we've got exactly the same length rubber, but he's on mediums, I'm on softs. Bottas does look incredibly feisty on those mediums behind us, but we're now going to try and get a run on Esteban Ocon back down towards turn 1. Almost 220 miles an hour into that first corner with a completely worn out engine is probably a little bit dangerous, but yeah, the ICE isn't wearing too badly early on here, but it's certainly not going to be fun towards the end. I'm listening to your guys' advice. I'm not trying to short shift the car a little bit more here to try and put less stress through the ICE, but we'll wait and see how much of a difference it makes here as we still try and get a run on Esteban Ocon back down towards turn 1 there. We're going to have to rev out 8th gear. There's nothing more we can do. Oh, big gains. Don't want to be there. That was all on me. Have we got front wing damage from that? We got a safety car.
Which has resulted in lots of loose debris on the track. The safety car is being deployed.
Yeah, that was not my finest moment, I don't think, on F1 2021. Somehow we've got away with it, though, but Bottas just wrong place at the wrong time for the Williams there. Apologies to Esteban Ocon as well, but if anything, it gives us a few laps without damaging the ICE anymore. And we'll rebunch up the field there. Scrappy racing here at Sochi. Is desperation already setting in for myself? Yeah, that was just one of those horrible moments where you just brake a little bit later. You don't want to run into the back of the car in front. So sort of have to place yourself there, but you know full well on F1 2021 they're just not going to give you the room. So I'm thinking though, maybe going mediums from here to the end could be doable in this Grand Prix. I'm just wondering whether the strategy is going to be possible there. We have got quite a few guys into the pits. I think it's worth a gamble.
Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap.
I think it's worth a gamble trying to get to the end of the Grand Prix on that set of mediums.
Immediately, or we will be penalised. There is no overtaking during the safety car period.
I'm well aware of that, thank you, Jeff. But yeah, I mean, it is going to put us pretty much right at the rear of the field there. It has completely shaken up the grid, actually. As, yeah, quite a few of these guys going on to mediums, so they might think it's possible as well here. We might not have gone with such a crazy idea. There's Bottas getting his new front wing, so we should start. Why are we getting a new front wing? Everything was fine with the car. Oh, I don't know. We'll take it. It's not going to cost us much. Come on. Go, go, go. Yeah, that's rather annoying. But, oh, the ICE at 74. We're going to be a world of hurt.
The white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
Got to stay ahead of Mazepin, though. There we go. We have done so. Yeah, that ICE is not going to be fun late on. Right, so safety car is in then at the end of lap 7 here. So 20 to go here from the Russian Grand Prix, and it seems like we have taken quite a strategy gamble here. Verstappen and Norris on hard tyres just up the road there. Got Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz both on the mediums in their Ferrari. So Ferrari have put all their eggs in this one basket here at the Russian Grand Prix. Have we been caught napping a bit? No, we have not. Everyone's slowing down again through the final couple of corners as we try and put the power down out of the final turn. But still behind Valtteri Bottas here, and if Williams have got any sense...
The car behind, 1 second.
We're just not, though, Jeff. But yeah, if Williams have got any sense, they're going to put Bottas on softs and then another set of softs around lap 16. They could be quick towards the end of this Grand Prix as well there. But yeah, we just need to keep our head down. Don't do anything else stupid. Trying to already get a run on Valtteri Bottas as we head down the back straightaway here. Can we make a move on the Williams as we close in through Sector 3? At the inside we'll go. Oh, there's a lot of contact up the road there as Sainz locks up just in front of us. I think Schumacher is trying to dispute with Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen in this Grand Prix there, but we have pulled off one move, so we are now back up places in this Russian Grand Prix there. But where is our teammate Schwartzman? He must be right up on the cusp of the top 10 at the moment. At least the team are on the same page as us about the tyre strategy. As Sainz and I closing in on Sergio Perez back down towards turn 1 there, around the outside of Carlos. He's going to have a look at the inside of Sergio. No, he's not. As Schumacher again making contact with Max Verstappen through turn 1 there. Schumacher is causing an almighty train at this stage of the Grand Prix, and Lando Norris, Perez, Sainz and myself all queuing for a ticket. Oh, Perez trying to send it through the final couple of corners here on Mick Schumacher. We're just going to try and sit back and get a big run out of the final corner, which is what we're going to do. Activate the ERS. Sainz is going to get boxed in. Also, he tries to slam the door there. Schumacher again just in front of us as we all gain in on Sergio Perez. Back down towards turn 1. They're 3 wide in towards the first corner. That time round, I felt Perez could have probably given us a little bit more room through turn 1, but one of us was always going to come out of that in worse shape than the rest. And unfortunately, this time around, it was us. Only guess there is Perez. He's trying to return the favour from Belgium a couple of weeks ago, where he wasn't happy that, of course, we gave him that big old squeeze at the end of the Kemmel Straight there, and unfortunately left him spinning around. You guys didn't actually think it was my fault. Yeah, back down now to last place here in the Russian Grand Prix. Not too familiar with this position. There we go, we've got more cars in, Hamilton and Stroll.
12.2 seconds.
So that's interesting for us then. So if we are trying to still go to the end of the Grand Prix, we're not in a bad position here still. Good few seconds ahead of Hamilton. maybe this race isn't over. There we go, even more in at the end of lap 11 here, so we're starting to get a rough idea where we could end up in this Grand Prix. We are going to move up into P15 here, so Schumacher and Mazepin just outside the points as well. Yeah, this might not be too bad just now, as Mazepin trying to look for a move on his teammate back in towards turn 1. Is the Russian going to get the better of the German there through the first couple of corners? Schumacher has been losing places left, right and centre over the last few laps, but I don't think he wants to give up battling his teammate just yet there. Mazepin around the outside through turn 3. Gonna have the inside for turn 4 there. Schumacher just gets a bit of a squeeze. We're going to try and capitalise on this as well there. Schumacher tries to cut across us, but we do get up the inside. I'm up at a P14. Yeah, we've definitely got better things to be doing than battling Haas cars this weekend, so we'll try and get a run on Mazepin out onto the back straight. Oh, it was quite a big old squeeze there. I was worried just how much more he'd try and do.
Gap to car in front is 4.4 seconds.
But Bottas next car at the road there on his soft tyres still, so yeah, we're pretty much back to where we were before that interesting contact with Perez. Last few cars into the pit lane as well, as we head through the final couple of corners of lap 12. I think now basically everyone will have made the one stop in this Grand Prix. So we are back up into 9th place here. You love to see it. The pack in front of us are still battling lap after lap here, and it is allowing us to get a little bit closer once more. That Hamilton, though, rapidly closing in on me as well, so I think he'll fly past us. And then for his sake, probably fly past that group of cars there. But yeah, look at the gap coming down. We've taken about 2 seconds out of them. Oh, there we go. Bottas into the pits at the end of lap 14, so I think the team are putting him onto a fresh set of mediums. But it is going to give us P8 now in this Russian Grand Prix. There is a gap down to just over a second. Hamilton, though, the gap to him is definitely way below a second at this stage of the Grand Prix, and I'm not going to do anything against the Mercedes. If anything, he can probably help us out by getting involved in this battle with the guys in front. Hamilton to the inside. Yeah, that Merc still miles quicker than us there. Huge lockup, though, from Lewis through turn 1. And we're going to gain P8 for a brief moment, but lose it once again there. Yellow flags out. Is that one of the Aston Martins behind us with issues? I think it might be George Russell. And he might be out of the Russian Grand Prix there. Aston Martin, no reliability. Riding on board there with George Russell as we head back down towards turn 1 there. And yeah, he knows the power unit's gone up. Second reliability failure in a row then for Aston Martin after the weird one for Stroll at the start of last weekend there as well. The Alpine takes a lot of curb through turn 1. But yeah, disappointment for them. But when Williams had all their Mercedes power unit failures, they then found a huge amount of pace afterwards. So you never know. I've just worked out why this train of cars was so bad. Latifi has been trying to do a worldly holding these guys up there. Perez just mugged him off there. That's allowed Sainz to get a whole lot closer through the final couple of corners of the lap there. But Latifi still hasn't pit in this Russian Grand Prix. Hamilton thought about it through the final couple of corners, but this is starting to cost us all a little bit of time here. Out of the final turn we go. Try and put the power down as best as possible here. And surely now Latifi, there's not going to be much he can do to defend from Hamilton and Carlos Sainz here. They're all going a bit slowly though as we head back down towards turn 1. Sainz though to the outside of Latifi. He's not giving up on it though. Is Nicholas Latifi there as we make a little bit of contact with Hamilton through turn 1. I think we've got away with that one for this time round. Just a little bit of Constantina and up there as Hamilton now to the inside of Latifi. No, Latifi having none of it still. Here we go then. Lewis Hamilton probably going to be able to get a good run on Nicholas Latifi now as we get a bit of wheel spin out onto the back straightaway. Hamilton to the inside of Latifi there. We're going to try and get a run on the Williams as well, as Latifi might lose another couple of spots here, not wanting to back out of it. But the Canadian, nothing he can do there. Good defensive driving by him over the last few laps. But we're up to 8th. Oh, more cars into the pits. What's going on there? We're up to 5th place now with the Grand Prix. It's Ricciardo and a couple of the other guys there. I think that's Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen all into the pit lane. We're suddenly up to 5th here. And Sainz now and Perez into the pits 1 lap later. To all of these guys not believe they can get to the end on that set of tyres. We're up into 3rd now of this Grand Prix there. Lando Norris leads the way on his hard tyres, but Hamilton now up into 2nd as well. We might have just been gifted a really good position here because no one's willing to risk it. We've got nothing to lose and everything to gain this weekend. So we may as well stay out here and try and drag these mediums to the end. Still a bit worried about the engine though. It is closing in on 80% wear actually, I think, as we have a quick look. 78, so it won't get to 100 luckily. But yeah, we've now got a huge amount of time we can afford to lose later on. I might still get some points here, bearing in mind we started P21. Really not too sure what our game plan should be at this stage of the race, as we've now got Sir Lancelot all over the back of us. As we head on to lap 19, already 2/3 distance in this Grand Prix, but don't want to lose ourselves time by battling Stroll. I think we won't use any battery here. If he gets past us, he gets past us. If he doesn't, then we'll try and defend from him for a few more laps. It's a short blast out onto the back straight. Is Stroll going to be able to get the run in the end? Miles quicker than us down the straight over there. Lance Stroll now up into the podium places. But yeah, we are after one thing this weekend, and that is points.
Be aware we expect the grip levels to start falling away soon.
That's not what we want to hear in this Grand Prix. Is now Tsunoda trying to close in on us in his Mercedes. Can he try and get past us this time around? You can see just how quickly the young Japanese driver's closing in. But I don't think it's going to be enough this time round. We'll hold on to P4 for at least a few more corners here, but he'll get a run on this down through T1. Yellow flags out, though. Oh, that's Daniel Ricciardo out of the Grand Prix. What's happened to the McLaren? I'm guessing that's an engine failure. We've got a VSC as well. We're riding on board then with Daniel Ricciardo as we head down into Sector 3. He loops it round all by himself and rips the wheel off. What an uncharacteristic mistake from Daniel Ricciardo there, and that is just crazy. I'm going to try and capitalise, though, under this VSC and pit on to a fresh set of the soft compound tyres here.
Slow down. Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace.
I think it's worth it late on in this Grand Prix. We'll probably come back out right at the bottom of the points paying positions here, but it should give us a nice quick advantage late on in this Grand Prix. Those mediums, yeah, we're certainly hitting the cliff in this race. We're actually losing a lot more time than I thought we would, but down into 9th place here. So we've got Verstappen and Schwartzman just outside of the top 10. 1.9 second stop, though. That's exactly what we needed. As we head back out of the pit lane, though, there goes Verstappen, there goes Schwartzman as well.
No more scheduled pit stops.
Activate the ERS, and this has not been a good strategy move then from ourselves. Coming back out down in P16 of the Russian Grand Prix there. I honestly thought we'd get out ahead of this train of cars. But now we've got to get our head down. 6 laps to go here. Can we still get some points? DSC has now disappeared, so we've got to try and use this fresh rubber to our advantage here as we head out onto the back straightaway. Carlos Sainz just in front of us. We're not going to worry any more about the engine here in the dying stages of this Russian Grand Prix. Past Sainz already. We'll have a look past for Sergio Perez as well there, and look at that, a cheeky double overtake. Perez tries to keep the nose in, and somehow, after everything that's gone on so far this Grand Prix, we're now back ahead of the Red Bull there, back up into P14. Look how much extra grip we've got over all these guys at the moment. Bottas going defensive. We'll force him to go even tighter to the inside there, and clean around the outside we go. There was a tiny bit of contact as Bottas drifted out towards us here, but this thing on fresh rubber is an absolute missile against all of these slower cars here. Can we get a run on Esteban Ocon as we head back down towards Telmon? We've already tried to pull off one move on him today and it didn't end well. What about this time round? Up the inside we go. That was a clean-cut move. That was a brave move as well. And number 12. All over the back now of Giovinazzi as we head out onto the back straight. And surely this is just a foregone conclusion here to the outside of Gio there. DRS, ERS, everything like that.
An issue. We're currently investigating.
Oh no. Oh no. 4 laps to go. We had this message last year and it turned out to be nothing here at the Russian Grand Prix. I pray it's going to be the same again. We've got Schwartzman just in front of us. But let's just wait and see. That's not good. Engine's not smoking. But yeah, I really don't know what to feel now.
Okay, we have a severe engine issue. Find a safe space to retire or return to the pits.
Oh! It's finally happened again on F1 2021. We took the gamble and it hasn't paid off. And we are out of the Russian Grand Prix there. You absolutely hate to see it. I honestly thought the ICE would be okay to the end there. Latifi just rammed into the back of us for whatever reason as well. But out of the Russian Grand Prix with 4 to go. That is pure pain.
Another superb Russian Grand Prix comes to an end, and it's a thoroughly deserved victory. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
It was a question of right place, right time today. We were looking at an entirely different race before the safety car came out, but they were able to take full advantage after the field had been bunched up.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today. Let's have a look then at the drivers' standings. It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Robert Schwartzman gets my vote today.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
Well, there we are then, the end of the Russian Grand Prix, and you hate to see it right at the dying stages there. I honestly thought the engine would hold on, but if anything, that might have saved us from a little bit of humidity from the interesting strategy gamble. I don't really know. I think we could have bagged P9 at the end there. I'm not sure we would have been able to hold on to it had we not made the stop towards the end of the Grand Prix there. But Hamilton wins once again here at the Russian Grand Prix after a few races, actually, without a race victory there. He didn't win Italy. He didn't win Belgium. He did win Zandvoort, though. I forgot about Zandvoort in the middle as well there. Ahead of Lance Stroll, who again, another big point haul for Aston Martin there. Lando Norris in his McLaren P3 ahead of Yuki Tsunoda, so Mercedes, yeah, do pull a lot of points back after Ricciardo's unfortunate mistake in the Grand Prix there. Tsunoda got Gasly by just 4 thousandths of a second at the end, so the former AlphaTauri pairing had a ding-dong right towards the end of the Grand Prix there. Charles Leclerc 6th ahead of Guan Yu Zhou, Fernando Alonso, Verstappen and Sainz took our teammate on the final lap of the race as well there. Schwartzman almost pulled out a whirly of a race there, 22nd to 11th in the end. You hate to see it for him as well there. You can see Bottas as well ahead of Sergio Perez, who is just disappointment of a year continues there. And it was just myself, Ricciardo, and George Russell that didn't make it through to the checkered flag there. It does mean championship-wise we get jumped by Lance Stroll as well. He moves himself all the way back over to P8 of the championship. Hamilton now 77 clear at the top of the standings as well there, so looking clear out front at this stage of the game there. Norris, though, jumps Ricciardo. Any other movers down the order there? Bottas jumps Giovinazzi on countback as well to be the best driver still not to score a point this year there. And constructors-wise, Aston Martin get the jump on Red Bull as well. There's AlphaTauri making bigger strides towards ourselves late on in this season. Didn't really expect them to be a threat with a few races to go, but here we are here on F1 2021. But thank you all so much for watching this video nonetheless. If you have enjoyed, do make sure you leave a like, get yourself subscribed as well, and yeah, we'll be back tomorrow ready for the Singapore Grand Prix. Should be a good one. We're always strong there. Let's get it. None of these videos would be possible without the support of our channel members. So a massive thank you to The Travesty, Patrick, Chuan, David Bennett, Ben Meekins and Aiden C97 for becoming channel members. If you want to be featured in these little clips, click the join button down below.